Okay, so I'm sorry, my other phone is too, how can I say this? My other phone is too low. But I am back on my new phone. I have two phones for two purposes. I have one for personal use and I have one for legal use. Legal use is for my lawyers, my DCFS caseworkers, my guardian ad litem for my boys. That's for the legal use of the other one. This one's my personal use, but my other, like I said, my other phone is full, so I have to come to this one. So as I stated, I had just came to my visitation with my daughter. She is smiling. She is happy. She is content. So my mother-in-law gets this call from my caseworker supervisor. Okay. So I ask her if it is court ordered for us to have the family team meetings up there where they're at. All the way up there. I don't know if it's in Hoyleton, Illinois, or if it's in Fairview Heights, because the name all over that is Hoyleton Youth and Family Services. So, mean that saying, sorry I'm talking to you guys in front of my child because she's being an ornery butt. She's being an ornery butt. Ornery butt. This is the child they took away from me at 36 weeks old. Over a bunch of lies, over a bunch of bull crap. The DCFS wanted to come up, including using a year-old case. Well, now the judge has done stated the year-old case is gone. Okay. So, I'm sitting on the phone with the supervisor, including my worker. And like I said, I asked, is the court ordered for us to be up there? She goes, no. We're inviting you up there. I don't go on invites when it's legal issues. I'd rather follow by the paperwork when it's legal issues like this. I would rather have it court ordered that we go up there instead of just going up there out of the whim, because this worker and the supervisor has a tendency of blaming everything on my husband, which I've been through before with my boys' dad. My boys' dad, which is my ex, they tried to state it was all him, and I didn't believe it. And then it turned out to be him. So I know their tricks and laws and everything. So it's kind of like, okay, something don't add up right here. So I go, again, is it court ordered? She goes, well, no, it is not court ordered. Okay, I tell her, well, I don't feel safe taking the metro buses up to where the heck you are because of all the violence that has happened on them already. I mean, you look on the news nowadays, you see people pointing guns at each other on the metro buses. You see people literally throwing punches at other people on the metro buses. You see people throwing threats on the metro buses towards other people. You see people cussing other people out on the metro buses anymore. So, yeah, it's going to kind of, me as a mother, if I want to provide a safety issue with my kids, I'm going to have to start now. Because if I go on a bus and there's a gun held to my head, or somebody's throwing punches at me for no reason at all, or somebody's taking and cussing me out for no reason at all, you know, that's not safe for me. And if it's not safe for me, it's not safe for my children. So, like I said, my supervisor and her worker called today. And then I asked for my amendment rights. I have the rights to request for another worker. For my amendment rights, I am allowed to get another worker. So, why would this supervisor, refuse to put another worker on the case? I felt threatened from the beginning because this worker's exact choices of words were, "You will do as we say. You will do what we say." Basically telling us to kiss their asses. Or your child would not remove into the home. That's a threat. I felt threatened by that worker. Blame my husband for getting hostile, but it's okay for their worker to get hostile at my husband on a day that he's not getting hostile. So instead of removing my child from the room because of my husband, I had to remove my child from the room because of the worker. Because I do not know this worker very well. I do not know how she stands when she gets mad. And I don't know if she's going to hurt my child. So, with that being said, I should not have to be felt threatened by my worker. I should not have to feel unsafe in front of my worker. I should not have to feel unsafe on taking public transportation. They won't go in a public place and do the family team meetings, but then yet they're wanting us to take public transportation up to them. You know, you want to do it in private places because you know you can get by with a lot of things in a private area. Then that way, if it's out in public, you know you cannot get by with it out in public. Because either if it's in McDonald's, you're being recorded in McDonald's. If it's at a city park, and a city park has cameras, you know you're being recorded there. If you're saying something wrong and somebody steps up and says, well, you know what, you're in the wrong for that, this is what's going on. She can choose to leave the meeting now because you're downing the parents. You're disrespecting the parents. These workers, some of these workers out here nowadays does not like being recorded. So when you're going to their place and you have to follow by their rules and you can't record them, that's where they get you. I got a female that don't live too far from where I'm at that is trying to gather up a march against DCFS. I agreed with her. I told her I wish I could, but I'm in Granite City, Illinois. Well, she's not in Granite City, Illinois. She's in a different town in Illinois. I understand where a lot of these parents are coming from. A lot of these mothers getting their children taken for no reason. Been there. Jumped through DCFS's hoops to try to get the children back. And never did. A year ago, I was there. Now, DCFS wants all these parents to jump through their hoops again. I understand that. I've been there. And going there. again. So, pretty much, basically, they're saying that the parents don't have rights. Please. See? Happy baby, happy life. Now I just gotta get my other phone case because she just dropped it. So, now this one's got me wondering out there, because there's a lot of people here in Grant that has lost their children over dumb reasons too. Why not protest against DCFS? Because all it is a different name for CPS. I mean, really, the judge wasn't too personal or anything on my cases. They would return all my kids home. They would have returned every single one of them home. But they didn't. They were too biased and thought it would be best for them to be with their dad. Then sit there and threaten me that if I don't sign my oldest daughter's rights over, that she'd stay in foster home. A foster home. Which they were literally going to keep her in the foster home if I did not sign my rights over. I love my other daughter, my oldest daughter, to death. So yes, I'm sorry to say, I signed my rights over to her father so she can get out of a foster home. That's how much I love her. But to yank somebody's parental rights over a bunch of lies, bull crap, and other things. Among other things. I think they really need to start monitoring or put a lie detector on their phone calls, because it's hard to tell if these people are lying or not that call on. And to sit there and just state that just because I don't have full custody of my other children is the reason why this one's getting taken? Wait a minute. I had joint custody. One father, which decides to do it in court, and the other father, so it could take and no longer further damage my oldest daughter's head from what DCFS has already done, is doing it out of court. As a matter of fact, I just had my oldest daughter down here this weekend. And they sit there and they wonder why all of us parents get irate. It's because of them. And it is clearly because of them. That is why. I had somebody that commented on one of my other videos on my other YouTube account. And it literally stated, people keep on posting this up, we'll take DCFS down. She's right. The more people that post up things about DCFS and how they are, we're taking them down. Just like the governor of Illinois, Mitt Romney. He let certain facts go. Didn't realize what's happening with DCFS in the state of Illinois. J.B. Pritchard. Nobody has asked him the question, well, what are you going to do about the DCFS corruption in Illinois? I'm hoping he sees this. I'm hoping he sees how much corruption is going on with DCFS in Illinois. That is my one question to the governor that just won the primaries for governor of Illinois. What are you going to do about the DCFS corruption that is going on? Because it's hurting a lot of homes and it's hurting a lot of parents that sit there and take care of their kids day in, day out. And then yet all these others that are on heroin, meth, cocaine, they don't do nothing about them. They'd rather keep their kids intact with them than parents that are actually not doing that crap. And I'm not doubting all of them, because there are some out there that do take and they do go get clean for their kids. Where'd my purple case go, you monkskin butt? My baby girl. I love her. See? There she is. There she is. There she is. She's a goof. But my Pacific fact is now they're so corrupted, they're even worried about parents that have to have the medical marijuana. They can't afford it. They can't afford to go out and buy the medical marijuana. And they down them because of that. Even when they're told that those parents have a majority of a lot of things that go on. Take my husband, for instance. He's not able to afford to go spend $200 to $300 out on a medical marijuana card. And he has epilepsy. And marijuana helps him with the epilepsy. Of course, DCFS was told this, but DCFS is also told he does not do it around children. He does not do it in the home. He goes outside. He goes for a walk. Okay. But then yet they're still wanting to attach that to him. We went to file the appeal for the judgment on the case with the kids, with our daughter. And we got the call. We had the phone conference with the judge and everything. And we told the judge what was going on. Then we get from the judge, well, you're going to have to file for the appeal once the case is shut. Okay. If that's the case, then there's an issue. There's a big issue. Because even in the DCFS paper states that you had 30 to 60 days to appeal the case. Not when the case is shut, but 30 to 60 days from when the case opens to appeal the case. Weird. Very, very weird. So the governors of Illinois no offense, needs to take and deal with the DCFS stuff. Hey, no, you can't get out. Be happy. Yes, happy, happy. Mwah. So, yeah, I mean, DCFS is so corrupted. Even the governor of Illinois and other governors of Illinois and other and president, the past few presidents that we had, is not realizing how well their states are corrupted. I mean, dude, you're sitting there trying to tell me that a DCFS caseworker has the right to not step in the home, but still get you, not step in your home, but still gets you for neglect? Oh, she's on Social Security. She can't afford that. Can we say discrimination there? Oh, they have no transportation, so it's not adequate for the child. Can we say discrimination there? Oh, we don't need to step in your home to find out if you have the necessary means for a child. Discrimination. And then they ask us personal questions like, oh, how's your sex life? That has nothing to do with our children. Nothing at all to do with our children. And then they sit there and tell me and my husband, oh, yeah, it does. Because it shows us how affectionate you are and how affectionate you'll show against your child. Our sex life has nothing to do with that. So, yeah. And then they have the right to ask several other questions that has nothing to do with children. Do I believe in corporate punishment? Yes. Do I believe in busting butts? Yes, as long as it's openly handed. I do not take a belt to my children. I don't agree on taking belts to children. I'll never lay a hand on my children in any sort of way that will hurt my children. I believe in the constitutional rights, which is being violated in so many different ways in this perspective of all of my cases. I do believe that there is a DCFS law that states that they're supposed to come in your home and do an full investigation before yanking your children. They don't do it. I do believe by DCFS laws that they cannot get you for neglect if they do not step in your home. Because that's just them stating there, oh, we've been in the home, we've done everything, we've done the checklist and everything. In this case, they didn't. The investigator nor the caseworker had stepped into my home. They didn't even look in the hospital when I already had a bag packed with baby clothes for my daughter in it. I've had the diapers there. I've had the wipes in there. I've had the formula in there. I've had the bottles in there. Every necessary need that a baby needs once it is born, I had. With me and with my clothes and with my hygiene stuff, even the baby's hygiene stuff I had in there. Changed her constantly after she was born. I've changed her clothes constantly after she was born. I have fed her up in the hospital constantly when she was born. My husband and I has never laid a hand on her up in the hospital for any type of abuse when she was born. But they still took her. When I was in the hospital room that day, it was tough for me. Because when the DCFS caseworker was requested to leave the room because she did not show me her badge, her credentials, she did not have a warrant to remove the child signed by the judge. She did not have a judge-written statement signed by a judge to take the child. And the same thing with my other 3 a year ago. My husband requested her twice to leave the room. She would not do it. The third time, she literally tried to reach into my arms while I was holding my own child. My own baby. My own baby in my arms. She tried to reach in my arms to take that baby out of my arms. I stepped back because I felt threatened for me and my child. Turn around, my husband stepped up in front, and that's when he got a little hostile, and he tells the woman, the DCFS caseworker, get the out of the room. So with her being a minor, I pushed her to the nursery, and I'm like, now she's coming back in the room with me. She's like, no, she's not. She's being switched down to the downstairs nursery. It got so bad to where I was supposed to be released the next day. I called the midwife up that had delivered the baby. I'm like, listen, I'm supposed to be discharged the next day. I can't stay in the hospital room without my baby being there with me. Is there any way, shape, or form that you could possibly go ahead and discharge me? I'll come up here every day to see my baby until she's discharged. But is there any possible way that you can go ahead and discharge me? Because I cannot stand being in the room without my child. This DCFS investigator put me through postpartum very early. The doctor's office the OB's office has proof of it. There's just things people do not understand about DCFS. Oh, you hear a lot of these people, oh, DCFS just don't take your kids for no reason. DCFS don't just walk up and take your kids for no reasons. There's got to be a reason behind it. Nowadays, there is no reason. There ain't got to be a reason to be behind it. Anybody can call in just like that and make up a lie and they'll come out and they take your child. Personally, I think that's bullcrap. I honestly do. The way I see it is DCFS shouldn't have the rights to step into a hospital at all. If somebody's calling in, you wait until that person gets home and then you do the full investigation. That's the way I see it. It should be done like it was done in the old days, where children could not be taken from the hospital. That they had to do a full investigation from your home. With that being said, now y'all know how well DCFS is corrupted. And now to hide the name again and hide it back behind a Hoyleton Youth and Family Services. That's not right either. I hope this video gets out. I hope a lot of people understand where I'm coming from. Because I'm sitting here today more calmer than any other videos. To let y'all know what's really going on. And hope you all share my video and view it. And just hope that everybody understands that DCFS nowadays don't need a reason to take your children. They can take your children over one phone call anymore and lie about it and not even come in your home and investigate. They can even take it from the hospital over a lying phone call. So I hope y'all share this video. I hope y'all like it. And get this out so people know what DCFS or CPS, whatever the heck they call themselves nowadays, is capable of. Have a nice day. Ian, she's already passed out. Fun day with Mama and she's passed out. So, does that look like abused and a neglect child being around me, our mother? No. It doesn't. You will see videos with next month, because it's once a month. I will start posting videos up of me and my 7-year-old daughter. And so I hope you all have a nice day. And when I get back to visiting my boys, I will make sure I go on YouTube and post up how happy my boys are around me. Hoping to God I can get it out there. I mean, done with the lies. Done with the bullshit. Have a nice day to CPS and DCFS, which I doubt you will. because people posting all these videos up. And I hope everybody else has a nice day.